Hey everyone, it's Beef Titan. I'm in my garage gym and I have a new rack and bench. This is the PR 1000 from Rep Fitness. Also their adjustable bench. This is the 3100 model. I know the numbers get a little, but this is gonna be a first impression because I only had this for about 2 months. Previously, I had a Titan setup, but I sold that rack and started working out again in gyms, local powerlifting gym. But I would much rather be at home and grow my repertoire. Let me know if you like these type of videos. Like I said, it's a first impression. I have a lot of other stuff like adjustable dumbbells, and I have a reverse hyper. I have safety squat bars. So I have a lot I could say and talk about and help people make decisions. I could also do deeper, longer reviews for some of the ones I've had longer. So my previous video was the pulley system. You might be able to see that in the back. That was a 2-year review. It doesn't exactly attach to this model, so that's why it's I'm trying to figure out what to do with it still. So, anywho, what I like about this rack is it has feet and you don't have to bolt it in. My previous Titan Fitness rack, I tried not bolting it in, but it didn't have the feet, it was just the posts. I would try to do dips on it and it would be shaking and you would hear it. Now I'm trying to shake this and I'm, pushing up here and it's kind of moving, but the other one you would hear it and it'd be creaking. Now, that would be bolted in. So like with these feet, I always thought maybe it would be less sturdy, but the only issue here now is when you're squatting or maybe you bench heavy, if you rack it, you gotta be careful because it will slide. I don't have it against the wall because I like to be able to walk around, and I don't want to have I really would have this in the middle, but I can't just take up the entire garage for my gym. But maybe in the future I can have more space. But this rack is 83 inches tall, 48 inches deep. So I'm 6'1", and I can reliably bench press and squat in here. 48 inches deep. You put the bench all the way back and it fits, and it's perfectly aligned for me to start bench pressing. So I don't have to do any measurements. My previous rack it was a straight pass-through, didn't have this bar here. The bar I figured would be annoying, but it's actually nice because, like I said, you can perfectly line up for bench presses by just putting the bench all the way back and you're ready to unrack it. Down there is the weight storage. Now, I wouldn't recommend using it for weight storage because, as you can see, I have I don't know, maybe you can or can't see, I have 2 45-pound plates. I have 3 metal, actually I have 6 45-pound plates. And I don't like to stack them because you get to the point where you're just having to not pinch your fingers. I would really only use those pegs for change plates or when you're working out and trying to, move the weight around from your exercises. Eventually I would like to maybe get different types of storage. I don't know if you can see, I typically just leave my weights, these are my bumpers, I leave them laying against it. It gets a little cluttered, but it has to make do for now because a lot of the storage equipment is almost as expensive as workout equipment itself. So, all right, let's get a closer up view. The safeties are chrome plated with 2-inch spacings. It has this nice extra bit here, which I thought was just to help you take it out better. I use it for barbell curls, for supersetting. You could put, I have other bars for rows. Don't always want to have to change the weight from the floor, so you could set the pins or safeties, and it helps you change the weight easier. Now, because it's plated, now I only had it for 2 months, but I've had the Titan Fitness one was just a rod with a metal pipe over it, with no treatment, no plating, and it gets banged up. You don't feel comfortable doing and resting, your nice barbells on it. barbells you only want to buy once, and you don't want to like beat them up and tear at the knurling. So I really like that it's chrome. I didn't really actually spend a lot of time looking at safety, so I'm glad that these are actually really nice. Otherwise, you got to spend a lot of money to get safety straps, which I would never recommend doing like a sort of rack pull and damaging your pins. Most places that have a lot of experienced lifters, they only use their damaged bars for safety or for rack pulling. So like deadlifts from different heights or presses from different heights. Now that's great in a gym setting, but at a garage gym you only have one of each thing typically. You can't be beating it. Like these will last, but if you just beat metal on metal, they will wear down. That's why some people would get the safety straps. So here there's numbers. So these are not laser cut, but they're cut, and magically, I can bench at 15 and incline at 20. So that's something extra nice for me is I don't have to sit here and be like, which one was I on? It's they don't go all the way to the top. The other model has a apparatus up here for different types of chin ups. So you could do like there's Nutri-Grips, but it adds additional height. I didn't necessarily want to be at the height. Now I have room for a bar, but I don't have room for my head. So what good is a chin-up bar if you can't get all the clearance to properly execute one? At the moment, Rep Fitness does not have a knurled bar. I really like the knurling, but I use straps for these when I do pull-ups here, and that works out just fine. A couple more things about the rack before I talk about the bench. This has a nice powder coating. It's not going to really be something you care about now, but maybe in 10 years we'll see. It might look better. My rack from Titan didn't look so great. It was already starting to like have some orange, and it was painted black, but it wasn't powder coated. Now, this took me about an hour and a half to build, but I was holding it while building it. I think if you have two people, you could probably get it done in 30 minutes, but holding it up while trying to screw in things makes it take a lot longer. All right, so I have the incline bench 3100 model. This only goes up, it only inclines, it does not decline. So obviously you have 180, probably 165, all the way up to 90. I never really use 90 because it's awkward. It's like you're almost pushed forward. So for shoulder presses, I usually just go here. It doesn't really matter. Shoulder blades can sit nice and back. Now this has a much nicer finish. Sorry, not finish. Upholstery. I actually have the Titan one. So when I got the first bench from them, it was like damaged a bit. So I kept it. I use it for my wife uses it for gardening. It sucks having it in there. So this is a lot slippier. This is much more coarse and much more grippier. So this is definitely some sort of fake leather. I like the color of this one better, but it grips better. I wear a lot of A7, and I used to like their bar grip shirts, but when you start working out at a local powerlifting gym and or getting your own equipment, you don't really need that. That's the bar grip is great for at a commercial gym. As we all know, some of them are just slippery. The bars don't always have knurling. But back to the bench, the seat also goes up. It's got 2 levels, so 90 and I would say about 45 degrees. So 90, 70, and 45. I only ever use all the way down or all the way up because I want to be locked in and I don't want to slip while I'm doing my presses. Now it goes a little high, so maybe you would want to get a chair. There's a lot of movements for behind the head, but when you're making a home gym, maybe you're trying to keep it you know, you don't want to spend a lot of money or you don't have a lot of room, I would probably just get an incline as opposed to like a flat bench and a shorter bench because, oh, I can't do behind the back like tricep extensions. Again, this is very solid. I built this. It came in 3 parts. So each, the seat and the bench and the frame rolls very easily. All right, thank you for sticking with me. That concludes the first impressions. If you have any questions, let me know and I can, type them, or if I get enough, I would make another video. Now again, I will be able to do reviews, which might be longer and I could talk about things. I would have more, a better idea of issues or things that are good. But it's really hard to like blow someone's mind with a power rack, so it should just work. Now, if there's any failures, I will be quick to make a video about it, but I expect everything will hold up and you might just see like a 2-year review. Same here goes for the bench. Then I also have some other equipment that's much niftier, like adjustable dumbbells. Typically, like there's a lot, and it's always sometimes people claiming to be the fastest. So I have some, and I can review those. I like them, and I have other stuff, and hopefully I'm getting more as I continue to, work and improve my home gym. So thank you very much.